I moved here and really didn't know anyone.
I wanted to get started on my career.
I felt like I needed to be more active and give back.
I wanted to be in a career that I loved. Always learning, always following my goals.
I knew I wanted to help people and create lasting change.
I was looking for a way to connect with new people and make friends. Something fun and social.
Something that makes me a better person.
Something meaningful.
I've grown to know my neighbors.
And work with them to improve our community.
I'm becoming the impactful leader I want to be.
And through it all, I've had fun and met some of the best people.
I found connections, solved problems, and made a difference.
I've built a network, a community.
We took action. We joined Rotaract.
That's what you need to do. You need to just get involved. Come in and join us and bring all of your friends, because the more the merrier. Service, fellowship, mentorship.
Mentorship coming through, and if you want to do anything in the world that impacts people, that develops your self-esteem, I think Rotaract is the place to be.
We push the glass ceiling every day.
Just doing something good in the world.
So joining Rotaract for the travel opportunities.
No, for the service project.
And the networking.
And the learning.
And the self-development.
Leadership. It's a leadership.
If you don't have a Rotaract club, make one. Find out ways to do it. This is the power of Rotaract, right here.
I'm from Chile, she's from Bahamas. So
and we're going to
everything is
visit
possible.
each other.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just get out there and do it. Meet new friends, book the trip, just go meet new people and just enjoy the experience. You've got nothing to lose.
So come on and join Rotaract.
We're waiting for you.
Yeah.
We promise. All over the world, we're welcoming you. Woo.
The ongoing evolution of Rotaract is redefining its place within Rotary. And at the same time, Rotary and Toastmasters became partners to help members grow professionally and make a difference in their communities. This live panel discussion brings together the Rotaractors, the Rotarians, and the Toastmasters to explore actions they can take to benefit from this monumental development. Good evening to all. I am Ching Kwok Wing, your moderator for this live panel discussion. I'm both a Rotarian and a Toastmaster. I'm a member of the Rotary E-Club of 3310, the first cyber Rotary club in Asia. I was club president for the terms 2015-2016 and 2016-2017. I'm also a member of the YMCA Toastmasters Club. I'm the club president for this term, 2020-2021. I have also served District 80 as area governor and division governor. It is indeed a great honor to be the moderator of this evening's live panel discussion. The topic of tonight's panel discussion concerns all of us, the Rotaractors, the Rotarians, and the Toastmasters. Elevate Rotaract. Rotary Toastmasters Alliance, Ritual Experience for All. This is the title of the live panel discussion this evening. Now, let me introduce our panelists. The first panelist I would like to introduce is Dr. Ernest Chen. Ernest has been an avid Toastmaster for over 30 years. He was District Director of District 80 for the term 2019-2020, and he chartered the YMCA Toastmasters Club. Ernest is a trainer in public speaking and book writing. Ernest, would you like to say hello to our audience?
Hello, my dear friends around the world. I'm so happy to meet you. I hope you can join us and enjoy the show. Back to you, Ching Kwok Wing.
The next panelist I would like to introduce is Chu Ban Singh. Ban Singh is a veteran Toastmaster and Rotarian. As a Toastmaster, Ban Singh was district governor of District 80 for the term 2014-2015. As a Rotarian, Ban Singh joined the Rotary 31 years ago on 1st January 1990. He was vice president of Rotary Club of Changi. He made history in District 3310 as one of the initiators who chartered Rotary Club of Bukit Timah, the first Rotary Club with a majority of ladies among the 50 members. He was the first district internet communication coordinator under the late PDG Kenneth Chew, and in this role, he made history again. He germinated the seeds and chartered Rotary E Club of 3310, the first cyber club in Asia. Rotary E Club 3310 remained a prototype club for 6 years until the 2010 Council on Legislation gave the club full status from prototype to a new club model. Ban Singh works in the finance industry. Would you like to say hello to our audience, Ban Singh?
Yes, good evening, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here. In fact, I'm looking at what's the possibilities. Rotary, Toastmasters, Rotaract. Let's hear from the young.
The next panelist I would like to introduce is Chew Taiwan. Taiwan is a psychology graduate from National University of Singapore, NUS. He is currently working in the education and community engagement sector. She first joined Rotaract Club of NUS in 2016 as a volunteer of community service project and became the project director and then the president of the club. After completing her presidential term in 2019, Taiwan joined the district team as the community service chair. She is the current district Rotaract representative for District 3310. Taiwan, would you like to say hello to our audience?
Hello, hi. Thank you very much for the introduction, PP Ching. So a good evening to all. So hope you're enjoying today's session. Yeah.
The next panelist I would like to introduce is Divagaran Kalaivanan. Diva is currently serving full-time national service in Singapore. He is also pursuing a degree in finance and global politics at Murdoch University. He joined Rotaract in 2016 and was vice president of Rotaract Club of ITE College East, then president of Rotaract Club of Nghi An Polytechnic. He is now president of Rotaract Club of Raffles City. He is the district Rotaract representative elect for District 3310 in the coming term, 2021 and 2022. Diva, would you like to say hello to our audience?
Thank you, PB Ching, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to actually give my perspective of thought on Elevate Rotaract together with Rotary and Toastmasters. Yeah.
The next panelist I would like to introduce is Lim Sin Yi. Sin Yi is currently working as product manager in a bank. She graduated from National University of Singapore with a bachelor degree in communication and new media and a master degree in business administration. She joined Rotaract in 2019 and is now the Professional Development Director in Rotaract Club of Singapore West. She's also the Professional Development Chair for the term 2020-2021 in District 3310. Cindy, would you like to say hello to our audience?
Good evening, everyone. I'm really happy to be here and hope everyone could join us. Thank you. Back to you, PP Ching.
The final panelist I would like to introduce is Shin Jae Won. Jae Won is the only one in the panel who is not a Singaporean. She came to Singapore from Korea about 3 years ago. She is currently working in the healthcare product industry. She studied architecture originally, but graduated with dual degree, majoring in accounting, finance, and economics from the University of New South Wales, Australia. She is an associate member of CPA Australia. She joined Rotaract in 2018 and is a member of Rotaract Club of Raffles City. Jaewon, would you like to say hello to our audience?
Thank you, Mr. Ching, for the introduction, and good evening, everyone. I'm Jaewon from Korea, and it's an honor for me to be part of today's discussion and to support the Rotary and Toastmaster Alliance as Rotaract. Thank you.
Now let's begin the panel discussion with the first of the monument development, Elevate Rotaract. For those watching this live panel discussion who do not know Rotary, you may want to know that Rotary has a youth movement, and thus in the Rotary family, we have young people doing similar kind of projects as the older Rotarians, and we call them Rotaractors. Rotaract originally began as a Rotary International Youth Program in 1968 at Charlotte North Rotary Club in Charlotte, USA. It was more than 50 years ago. And today, there are 250,000 Rotaractors compared to 1.2 million Rotarians worldwide. The 2019 Council on Legislation amended the constitutional documents of Rotary International to include Rotaract clubs as a membership type of Rotary International. This action elevates Rotaract and positions Rotary for a future that is innovative, inclusive, and adapting to the world around us. It recognizes that Rotarians and Rotaractors make individual contributions and have different membership experiences, but served side by side in a shared desire to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. Even though Rotaract clubs will still have their own standard constitution and will remain a separate club membership type from Rotary clubs, as a result of this enactment, Rotaract clubs will enjoy greater support from Rotary International by being recognized in the constitutional document. Let me start the panel discussion now from the perspective of Elevate Rotaract and direct a question to Thailand. Thailand, you are the current district Rotaract representative. Would you like to share with us the changes that took place to forge a closer relationship between the Rotaract clubs and the more senior Rotary clubs since July 1st, 2020, when officially Rotaract clubs are elevated as a club type in Rotary and therefore equal partners of Rotary clubs?
Okay, thank you, PP Ching, for the question. So first of all, when this was first announced, actually I feel that Rotary and Rotaract 3310 came into action very quickly. So the first thing that was done was the formation of our Elevate Rotaract Task Force, which comprises of Rotaractors and Rotarians from the district team, where we come together to address some of the concerns we have, to talk about the support that we can give each other, and to basically to clarify some of the doubts that we have. So for the past 6 to 7 months, we've held many discussions within ourselves and also with the clubs on the ground, and we have also held a number of forums to discuss with the Rotaractors and the Rotarians on how we can move forward. So I would say that to begin with, there is already a very strong foundation, or I would say a consensus, between Rotary and Rotaract that, both sides, we are very agreeable and we want, both of us to, work together to forge greater and stronger partnership with each other, leveraging on our respective strengths and assets to, shape a better future for Rotary and for Rotaract. So thereafter, there have been a few developments as to what, propel this change for the better. So first is definitely the appointment of Rotaractors in the Rotary district committees. So we have some Rotaractors who have joined Rotary district committees, working together with Rotarians to push out great projects on the ground. So I think this signifies a great collaboration and partnership between both sides. And it's also an affirmation that, they recognize the valuable inputs and capacity of Rotaractors. And the second thing is definitely, one of the highlights of this Elevate Rotaract status, which is the part where Rotaract can now, in 2022, can be the host sponsor of the global grant. So we are also working on a global grant with one of the Rotary clubs, and I think it's a great chance for them to understand, how we can learn from the Rotarians, learning from their experience to conduct sustainable projects moving forward. So I would say that as a whole, this elevation really helped to propel a lot of opportunities an interaction and collaboration between Rotaract and Rotary, and we're looking forward to what is coming towards us moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Taiwan. Now, let me turn to Diva. Diva, as the district Rotaract representative-elect, can you share with us what are some of the initiatives that are ongoing and new initiatives in the planning to bring new and richer experience to Rotaract?
Thank you, PP Ching. So firstly, I think one of the major goals that I would like to tackle for my coming year is bringing more awareness about Rotaract, because I think currently many people have heard about Rotary, Rotary International, but do not know the youth division, youth movement. So currently, in this year, we have increased our social platform networks. We are in Facebook, Instagram, Discord, WhatsApp, and Telegram. Using these platforms, we are sharing the events, opportunities that Rotaractors can dive into for our district. For new initiatives, we are looking into collaborating with the Peer Youth Network in increasing its awareness and other community organizations as well. And also, we are encouraging Rotaractors to be part of this year's World Speech Day. And we are looking into having a leadership camp for Rotaractors in the coming year as well. So do look forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Diva. Now let me turn to Lim Xin Yi, the Professional Development Chair for this term. Xin Yi, you know that a very important drive for young men and women to join the Rotary Club is through community service, seek opportunities in self-development for a future profession that is satisfying and rewarding. Would you like to share with us current activities in the Rotaract and what Elevate Rotaract might bring as new opportunities for personal and professional developments?
Thank you, PP Ching. Elevate Rotaract indeed bring many new opportunities for professional or even personal development. So what I find it really beneficial is that Rotaracts are able to get access to Toastmaster resources such as leadership development. As we know that in order to have access to such material outside, we have to either attend some courses which might cost money and which might be hefty, or getting from some open sources material which might not be as conclusive. But here, Rotaract clubs are able to access it for free. And next, the Rotary portal, which was only available to Rotary previously, is now available to Rotaract too. So the Rotary portal provides amazing resources such as profiling and goal setting tools. Such tools are very beneficial for youth like us, be it you are still studying, starting out a career, or even in the midst of your career. And on top of that, Rotaract get to access Rotary magazine, which I find it really beneficial and give more insights when we are trying to develop our project. So let me give you an example from the February issued magazine. So there was this article on how we can connect and serve, which I find it really beneficial and good for my club, as we share about how we can serve and build a better community. So currently in Rotaract, we offer the service of connecting you with mentors who are also our Rotarians that can guide you, be it personal, professional, or your career development. Besides that, in the month of May, we will be inviting Rotarians from different industries to give a career talk. This talk could give you great insight on career choices. So if you're a graduate who would like to know more about certain industry, or if you are in the dilemma whether you should be switching career, you're more than welcome to attend. So do look out for more information and hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Let me now turn to Shin Jae-won, a very active Rotaractor who will always take action. Jae-won, would you like to share with us how you became a Rotaractor and your aspirations in your Rotary journey?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mr. Ching. So, well, it came to me very naturally at first because few of my family members are actually Rotarians. So they share their very hands-on experience how Rotary's passion and dedication actually makes positive impact in the community. So it actually influences me, and then I became Rotaractor. And firstly, I was in Korea, and then I was Rotaract in Sydney. Now I'm in Singapore. So, and before sharing my aspiration, I would like to share one of my experience when I met this special person. So when my family visited me in Australia, we went to this place called Hunter Valley, where lots of wineries are located, and we enjoyed a lot of scenery. So overall experience was very good until we thought that we noticed that something was missing. So after the short trip, when we headed back to Sydney, and then it was around 6 p.m. at night, and suddenly my sister said that she missed her little bag. And then that bag has the most important thing for her to go back to Korea next day morning. And we couldn't delay the flight because of her schedule. So we were so panicked, and we started to call every places that we visited. And then luckily we found out that her passport was one of the winery that we visited. But unfortunately, they couldn't help because they already closed, and then it was quite late. So same as all the hotel or other delivery services, they couldn't help us to send the passport back. And then this grandpa, who is the winery owner as well, where we bought only one bottle of wine, but we had a very good chat about his life and how he became a winery owner. And then he suddenly called us, and then, he said, I can pick that passport up and that I can drive to Sydney. And then that moment, actually, it was like very sorry for him, but it's like you ran for like 10 kilometers and then drank a Coke in the finish line. So we felt very happy. And then he actually drove his way to Sydney around like 3.5 hours away, meaning that he needs to spend another 3.5 hours to go back home. So finally, we had all these passport, and then we had a dinner. And then that moment was the most memorable experience for my family and myself. So that moment, actually, I had a chance to think about myself, whether I can do the same as that grandpa, who actually helped a totally stranger with pure generosity, with the pure heart, expecting nothing in return. So in my Rotary journey, actually, I like to support the various community as much as I can whenever someone is in need of help. And I believe this is all possible when I'm with Rotarian and Rotaract. So I look forward to participating in many different meaningful activities with you all. So thank you, and back to you, Mr. Ching.
Well, excellent. You are really an Rotaract. You take action. Okay, now let me turn to the other monumental development, Rotary Toastmasters Alliance. For those watching this live panel discussion who do not know the Toastmasters, Toastmasters International is the organization where people all over the world learn and hone skills in public speaking and leadership. The Toastmasters Rotary Alliance, announced in January 2020, leverages the strength of both organizations to help members grow personally and professionally. Toastmasters help empower people to become better communicators and leaders. Rotary is dedicated to humanitarian service, aiding others through fighting disease, promoting peace, and supporting education and health efforts. Toastmasters and Rotary want to offer the best membership experience possible. There is much excitement about leveraging unique and similar strengths. The collaboration between these two organizations can provide Toastmasters the opportunity to apply public speaking and communication skills, make new connections, and possibly give back to their communities through a vast array of service projects. In return, Rotary members will have more opportunities for personal and professional growth to improve their leadership and communication skills. Toastmasters has delivered 8 educational courses to Rotary in English and will be available in more languages in 2021. Tailored to members of Rotary and Rotaract, the courses will include speech assignments and peer evaluations, helping Rotary members develop and hone their leadership and communication skills. Now let me ask Chuban Singh, who have years of experience as a Rotarian and a Toastmaster, this question. Would you like to share with us your experience in Rotary and Toastmaster, and what you think of Rotary Toastmasters Alliance as a way to provide ritual experience to Rotary and Toastmasters?
Thank you, PP Singh. I've been a Rotarian for more than 30 years, and in Toastmasters, almost 20 years. In fact, actually, it's more than 20 years now. I think what keeps me going in Rotary and Toastmasters is the reason why I'm still around. Rotary have a purpose. The purpose is to serve community and to do good in the world. Whereas in Toastmasters, one is talking, first of all, developing yourself. And you must keep on developing yourself, be on the edge, so to speak, so that you can really be able to stand up on your feet and speak and be able to communicate efficiently. A lot of times what has happened is that people, for example, went through a Dale Carnegie course, and then they know that the fundamentals of public speaking. And after a lapse of 10, 20 years, they become what exactly they were 20 years ago. They fumble and cannot speak effectively. Rotary and Toastmasters, the alliance, makes a lot of sense because the founder of Toastmasters was Ralph Smedley. Ralph Smedley was himself a Rotarian, and the models and the structure of the Toastmasters was basically similar to the organizational structure of Rotary. What's important about Rotary and Toastmasters is this. Although we have different visions, we all serve the same goal. We want to help people. In the case of Rotary, we help the community, the poor, health, water, clean water, and stuff like that. But in the case of Toastmasters, we help people develop professionally and to be able to communicate well. Both of them, when you put them together, it makes a lot of sense that to be an effective leader, one must be able to communicate well. And Toastmasters home in the skills that makes it possible. So I think that as a whole, the idea of combining Rotary and Toastmasters and having this wonderful alliance is long overdue. That's my general opinion. Over to you, Kok Wing.
Thank you, Ban Singh. And now I return to Ernest Chen, a very close friend of mine who is a very senior Toastmaster. And he has been working with Rotarians like Ban Singh and myself on projects that bring together Rotarians and Toastmasters. For us, Rotary Toastmasters Alliance took place long before January 2020. Ernest, as the founding father of World Speech Day in Singapore, a project that brings Rotarians and Toastmasters together since 2016, would you like to share with us how it all started?
Thank you, my good friend Chin Kok Wing. Toastmasters, Rotary, World Speech Day. What a match. What a picture mix of jigsaw puzzle that can link together. I'm very excited that World Speech Day has brought forth Rotary and Toastmasters together. Rotary is not stranger to me. I have many, many good friends in a Rotary club. In fact, I nearly become a Rotarian because when I was the director of YMCA in 1975, and at that time, Robert Lowe was the very senior Rotarian, and later became the governor. And Fong Ho Bing, also a YMCA person. These two of them have asked me to join Rotary Club. But I told them at the time I was young. I said, no, I'm already a member of APEC Club and other community service club. I was not ready. But then later on, when in 1983, I joined Toastmasters. And if you can gather the years, must be 38 years by now. Rotarians, actually, they are brothers and sisters. Toastmaster using the mouth, Rotary using the hand. So you have the hands and the mouth together. What a great partnership they make. And now, I'm happy to bring forth World Speech Day to forge a stronger alliance even for Rotary's Toastmasters. This is a good tripartite relationship between World Speech Day, Rotary, and Toastmasters. How it got started actually is by sheer chance. I was attending a speech writing conference in Bournemouth in England in 2013. And in one of the seminars, I was sitting next to a guy called Simon Gibson. And when you're sitting together, being a Chinese and he's being a British guy, so we shake hands. We say, you know, I'm Ernest, I'm from Singapore. He says he's from England, Simon. We chit chat. Actually, we're only together for nearly 2 hours, so just listening to the talk and so forth. And then we exchange the name cards and so forth. And that's it. And we have never met again until 2015, I think about 3 years later. I think in Singapore, we just finished the HG50 marathon. Imagine that, 50 hours of speech, non-stop. And remember in YMCA, we're having a post-mortem, we're having a dinner in the cafe. I think if I'm not mistaken, it was about 7:30 p.m. And then suddenly, you know, my handphone rang. I look at it, in 44. It's UK number. And then this guy said, Ernest. I said, yeah, I'm Simon Gibson. In fact, I've forgotten his name. I said, Simon. He said, yeah, I was sitting next to you at the Switch Fighters conference. Oh, I said, yeah. Okay, Simon, what can I do for you? He said, I have some good ideas. I'm thinking about World Speech Day. And so that, you know, every country can speak for 3 or 4 hours continuously and promote a better world for the world. I said it's a good idea. So he have some ideas about World Speech Day. Then I said, we have just finished 50 hours of speaking. It's a speech marathon, but our subject matter is very wide. You know, we can speak on anything that promote friendship, that promote betterments for everybody in Singapore. I said it's quite similar to the World Speech Day. He said, yeah. I told him 50 hours. He got shocked. He said, wow, that long hours. I say, and in fact, he wanted me just to conduct for 5 hours for World Speech Day initially. I said, we can do 12 hours, no problem. I promised him. Actually, I was very gung-ho. After 50 hours, when you drop down to 12 hours, it's a chicken feed thing. So he said, yeah, Ernest, you can do 12 hours. I said, yeah, we can. He said, why don't you do it in the next year? That means that in 2016, 15th of March. You told me that 15th of March is designated a World Speech Day for everybody around the world. I said, why not? I said, I promise you 12 hours. I said, why not go ahead? In fact, Singapore was the first country to stage a World Speech Day because we see the light first than London. London's was 7 hours behind Singapore. Of course, along the way, I think he managed to get a couple of countries. I don't know whether India, Greece, Germany, France, and so forth. So we saw daylight first. So Singapore actually was the first country that staged a World Speech Day. And since 2016, we've been doing it every year since. Of course, in the first year, while we're trying to get 12 hours to go about it, and then Bunting said, wow, we can get some Rotarians to participate. I said, why not? And then we have, I think about, if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3 hours, we call Rotary hours, 3 or 4 hours. Subsequently, you know, I mean, the Rotarians are getting bolder and bolder, we jumping behind it, so they're getting more hours, more time for the World Speech Day. But we have always maintained 12 hours. This is the hallmark of a good cooperation between Rotarian and Toastmasters and individual speakers. I believe that we can still go on with 12 hours if we can get more people to speak.
Thank you, Ernest. Now, I think I would like now to throw the floor open to all our panelists to suggest actions that can really bring ritual experience for all of us, the Rotaractors, the Rotarians, and the Toastmasters. Now, let me throw this question open. How Rotary Toastmasters Alliance can help Rotarians and the Rotaractors advance and acquire new skills? Anybody like to comment? The floor is open.
Yeah, go ahead. J1,
Yes,
go ahead.
From the Rotaractors' perspective, I definitely think that the alliance will bring the value because I think it will allow us to enhance, especially the communication skills, and help us to have more confidence when it comes to the public speaking. And I think these skills only can be improved and truly acquired by the practice. And I believe this alliance will provide more opportunity to practice these. And even just being in that community will help all the Rotaractors to listen and learn from like different people. So yeah, I mean, it will help them to develop their own skills in many different ways and help them to succeed. So I believe it will definitely bring the value. Thank you.
Other comments? How Rotaract can take advantage of this? I guess you already have Rotarian plus Toastmasters ourselves, so you now have the link, right, to connect to those Toastmasters.
Can I comment?
Sure.
Yes, thank you. I think Rotaract is the right age to learn public speaking. From what I know, many of the people who learn public speaking, they have already reached the age that it's difficult to change. As I say, the older people, it's difficult to change their mind. I joined Toastmasters also at the age of 30 something, But then nowadays, the Rotaract people who are 20, 25, this is the right age, where you start learning from young and your brain is not formed completely yet. You still can change. Of course, you are the service club. You want to get more members to join Rotaract. At the same time, you want to translate your project into actions and get more people to come in. Communication is the right way. So learn communication from Toastmasters and use it in your Toastmasters. Learn it and use it in your Rotaract clubs. I believe that more people will join Rotaract. At the same time, later on, you will be a Rotarian and you can serve the world better.
I think the fact is that now Rotary Toastmasters have actually provided educational program in the Rotary Learning Center. And with those staff that you have, if you don't practice, then what will happen is that all you have is head knowledge. So it's important that you actually go through the manual, have practice session, encourage people who are Rotarians and also Toastmasters, invite Toastmasters to come in, get them to become evaluators so that they can actually give you input on what could be better or what could have been done differently from what you're presently done. So I think those are the things that is very important, that we should get and make full use of the material that are available at Rotary Learning Center. This is all provided by Toastmasters International, all right? And then use those, and then practice. And the moment you start to practice, then you become much better, and you find that you want to speak more and you want to communicate more. And I think that's really, you get into the habit of wanting to speak, do more and more when you get better and better.
Any other actions?
I think it takes time for people to change the ideals in their mind. You see, people join service club for the reason of doing service. You say, oh, Toastmasters, like the Toastmasters sometimes ask them to do service. Oh, I have no time. You see, but then, of course, there are people who like both. That would be perfect. So that Rotaracts who are now in the World Speech Day, if they can cycle themselves and say that, yes, I want to be a better communicator so I can service the service club of the Rotaract better. So that will be a twin driver for you to achieve your aim rather than a single driver, right? So the twin track is better than one track.
On that note, maybe I can follow up. How do you think, how significant are communication skills and public speaking skills to the personal and professional development for the Rotaractors? Yeah, Cindy. Yeah.
Yeah, so personally, I feel that having strong communication skills and public speaking skills actually aids in all aspects of life. So having a good communication skills are essential to allow others and yourself to understand information more accurately and quickly. So in contrast, poor communication is leads to frequent misunderstanding and even frustration. So being an excellent communicator, it can help to propel one's career. So good communication skills help someone to land in an interview or even pass the selection process. So being able to articulate well provide a significant advantage. To do your job effectively, being at workplace or school project, you have to discuss problems, request information, or even interact with one another. So all these are good human relation skills, and all these are also part of having good communication skills. But of course, don't misunderstand that being a good communicator is not all about talking. So to become a good communicator, it is also important to practice this listening by paying close attention to what others are saying and clarify ambiguities by rephrasing their questions for greater understanding. Therefore, from my perspective, it is very important to have good communication and public speaking skills.
Thank you, Cindy. Yeah. Diva, you have something to say?
Yeah. So I think one other aspect that we have to look into for communication skills is your leadership. Because from learning on communication, everything, it's standing up and speaking in a way that is powerful. You're actually speaking in a way that will change people's minds, especially when you want to bring about Rotary, and Rotary International as well. And if you're able to master that skill, I think changing hearts and minds and learning how to persuade, you'll be already honing one of your main leadership skills, aspects of leadership.
And in fact, the Toastmasters program is also for leadership, not only public speaking, but also leadership. So you are going to hone your leadership skill if you participate in the Toastmasters activities.
Sorry, can I just add on another comment on top of Diva and Singi? Yeah, I totally agree with what both of them has mentioned. And I think really going back to, Rotaract context, right? You really, about, the aspect of about how communication is not just about, talking. Of course, it's important, but also like listening, like what Singi has mentioned. So this area is particularly applicable in Rotaract context where, a group of young adults comes together to, exchange ideas. So this format of exchanging ideas itself is a form of a communication, and it really helps to propel more solutions for community issues. And this is a very big area that we are working on in the area of service in Rotaract. So the second thing that I feel that communication is very important in Rotaract is definitely in terms of empathy, because by listening, by hearing from others and relating to others, just this ability to express yourself and also relating yourself to others' concerns is a way for us to actually generate or I would say create better fellowship with others, because you are sharing the same concerns and you're able to find someone who share like-minded views, somebody who can relate to you. And I think that process of knowing that there's someone out there who understand how you feel is very important. And this is also going back to how Rotaract is in fact propelling the idea of a service through fellowship. So I think communication is definitely very important in our personal development as a Rotaractor as well.
Thank you, Taiwan. Okay, let me ask this question. How will World Speech Day Singapore help elevate Rotaract? I know that now the Rotaracts are very excited about participating in the World Speech Day Singapore. And how do you see it elevate Rotaract?
Can I share a personal experience when I was young? You know, when I was about the age of the Rotaractors, 25, 26 years old, I was in a movement called the Singapore JCs, which is part of Junior Chamber International. So it has the same philosophy, except for the Rotaract, it used to be age 30 and you're out, but now there's no more upper age. So for the JCs, the upper age was 40. At the age of 24, 25, I was with the JCs, all right? And what happened was that I was doing exactly like what we are doing, like the Rotaractors are doing, like the Rotaries are doing. And I was asked to chair a project, and that project was called the JC's Infant and Childcare Exhibition. It's a 3-day, 2-night event, and this was held at Victoria Memorial Hall. Like a lot of things in life, we get arrowed, right? You know, you say, who's volunteer? And everybody looks around and, you know, you just be the one to be arrowed. And so eventually I say, okay, I will do the project, but I don't know anything about infant and childcare except making babies at that time. So my friend who was a mentor, who also a more senior, about 6 to 8 years my senior, he says, don't worry, you know, I will mentor you. And, you know, all you need to do is just follow me and we will be able to succeed and do a wonderful show. So with that assurance, I decided that, okay, I will take on the project. And of course, what happens was that the final situation was fantastic. But in the process of reaching the final situation, I had to go through many, many hurdles. I had to go talk to the sponsors. I got to negotiate the venue. I got to plan the venue. I got to make sure that the program is there. I got to talk to parents. I got to talk to doctors. A lot of things that has to be put together. And many a times, because of the way the mentorship works in the past, they only tell you what you need to know rather than tell you the whole picture. Then you become a little bit frustrated and you say, oh, I want to give up. I want to give up. But I persisted. And at the end of the situation, it was just such a wonderful event that you are able to be so proud that you have actually completed it. When you are doing the work, and I'm sure the same also applies to Rotaractors as Toastmasters, when you are doing the work, you don't see people. But on the final day, the 3-day, 2-night event, we got all the JC's people coming in and support. This is what people want. They want to be in part of the show. What I want to share with you is that because I went through that process, it helped me in my career development because I very fast, at the age of 31, 32, I became a director of MMR Rothschilds. So you can see what progress you can make if you really want to do something, because you can see a lot of things that people only start to see in pigeonhole. You know, in your office, if you are working in the accounts department, you are only doing accounts receivable. You are doing accounts payable. If you are head of the account department, you probably talk to the other people who are in heads of other department, but you don't really see the big picture. So when you become a project chair, then I think you see the whole big picture. You see the small picture and you also see the big picture. And this is what World Speech Day can do for you as a platform. For those people who get involved in organizing, you start to see the small little picture, and then you do the big picture and you say, wow, what a big show it is. And at the end of the day, you are so proud of the fact that you have actually organized and make sure that you have a successful event. So that's what I feel, that Elevate Rotary World Speech Day can be used in that sort of platform to bring yourself up in a professional development stage.
Yeah, indeed. I think this is a platform, and to give you the chance. You want to be a communicator, you want to be a leader, and this is the chance. You organize it and show your leadership. You make your speeches and show your communication skills. This is the place that you can really put everything you learn into practice and learn some more. Yeah.
Ernest. You're mute. We cannot hear you.
Ernest.
Ernest, you're mute.
Yeah, sorry about it. I echo what Bansing has mentioned. You see, you must be active in which organization that you belong to. The more you're active, the more you learn, because we learn in the team effort. We learn to organize the project together. And at the same time, you learn about leadership and you learn about communication. Before I joined Toastmasters, before I joined the YMCA, I joined the Apex Club, which is also a service organization. Then later on, I joined the YMCA, which is also a service, non-profit charitable organization too. So from Apex and YMCA, we learn to serve with our hand and at the same time to communicate our ideas and project with our mouth. I remember trying to raise money for the YMCA building fund. At that time, YMCA was only two and a half story buildings. But then because our president, Robert Lowe, he learned that the government may want to acquire the place, So he sounded that we better form a committee to redevelop YMCA, but we have no money. I just joined the YMCA as a board member in 1975. So 1976, we formed a committee. Only five of us. And then we managed to do what? Fundraising, donation draw, lottery draw, selling bazaar, selling the whatever, our food together with the gift given by the people. And we do dinner and dance. We even organize a Miss Charitable Queen and Miss Asia Pacific Mumbo Queen or something in that way for 4 years in succession to raise money for the YMCA. And eventually, we built the YMCA what is today in 1980. So 4 years of running around to raise funds. So this is what I learned. At that time, I was also young. Like Bansing mentioned, he was young too. I was also very young, also 20 over years old. But then we learned without fear. And from Apex Clubs, I met this guy called Andrew Tan. He was the one that introduced me to Toastmasters. If not, I wouldn't know Toastmasters. So from Toastmasters, I began to develop my communication skill. At the same time, we learn leadership skill. We leadership skill through Toastmasters, but then leadership skill is from Apex Club and from YMCA. So, my dear friends, not to worry about dirty your hand and not to worry about that you don't know, but just get in and learn from the seniors. Definitely, you'll learn a lot. So, back to you, Jin Kok Wing.
Okay, I think the time has come to close the discussion, and I would like to invite each of you, the panelists, to give your final thoughts, a few words, 1 minute each, beginning with our Rotaractors. Taiwan.
Yeah. Okay. So I think all in all, I would say that this Elevate Rotaract has been, a great opportunity to promote a lot of, collaborations and partnership with Rotary. I think it's definitely a great start to begin with. And so far, all the things we have done, it really strive on the concept of diversity, like how Rotary, they, recognizing the valuable inputs by Rotaract, and how World Speech Day is also inviting everyone's perspective into the common platform. So I hope that through this forum, you recognize that, Rotary and Rotaract, we are all in the common consensus. They're all promoting for diversity and inclusion. And we hope to invite all of you to join us for the actual World Speech Day. Thank you.
Diva?
Okay, thank you so much for attending the discussion, panel discussion, to all those who are in the show now. Really thankful that we got a chance, Rotary has gotten the chance to actually be part of this World Speech Day being in this youth showcase portion where we are giving Rotaractors a chance to showcase themselves, to build their public speaking leadership skills in this event. And I hope to actually see all of you in the actual event itself.
Xin Yi.
Sure. Elevate Rotaract is definitely a great movement. So it definitely provides us with more open doors, more opportunities, and more resources to have to deal with. So let's say if you need more resources, you want to professionally develop yourself personally, feel free to come and join us. And World Speech Day is a very good platform. It's a nurturing platform, and it's all about youth empowerment. So do join us and hope to see you all. Thank you.
And Jaewon.
Yeah, thank you again for inviting me today to share my story. And I hope my story is inspiring enough to motivate you all to support each other even more. And I also hope to see more engaging activities, and do join us for World Speech Day, and see you all soon. Thank you.
And Ban Singh.
Well, thank you very much. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to listen to the young people, their aspiration and their hopes. And I think that World Speech Day is a wonderful platform for Rotarian as well as Toastmasters to use it to make sure that you can get the maximum advantage out of it. So don't miss the opportunity. See you on the 15th of March, 2021. Thank you.
And Ernest, you have the last word.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be in this panel discussion with the not so young and all the young people. I hope that more people will come in and tune in on 15th of March and enjoy the speeches delivered by many of the Rotaracts, Rotarian, as well as Toastmasters. We share with you our thoughts on humanity at a crossroads. See you on 15th of March, 9 to 9 p.m. Back to you, Kim Kok-Win.
Thank you. Rotaractors are launching their professional career. A great package in terms of professional development adds value to Rotaract. Rotaractors are looking for professional development opportunities. Elevate Rotaract and Rotary Toastmasters Alliance meet this expectation. Rotary is rolling out with Toastmasters a leadership training program that will also be available to Rotaract members. World Speech Day Singapore has been an excellent initiative from the combined efforts of Rotarians and Toastmasters in the spirit of Rotary Toastmasters Alliance, even before the two organizations enter into any discussion. The Rotaractors are equal partners of the Rotary now in taking this initiative further to add value to Rotaract in professional development. The world is the stage for our Rotaractors. On that note, let us say goodbye, good night to all who are watching.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Everyone.